All right, I'm going to show you how to make the easiest gluten-free peanut butter cookies. I have 1 cup of peanut butter in my pan here. I just spared you from having to watch me scoop it in there. It's a mess to do. My spatula is all messy and stuff. But anyways, you need a cup of peanut butter, a cup of sugar, and 1 egg. And that is it. That is the easiest recipe. And they're really good too. They're really good. So even if you're, people make these who aren't gluten-free. They don't even realize that they are gluten-free. It's just sometimes people are out of stuff, in their cupboards and they just have peanut butter, sugar, and eggs. So they, whip them together really quick. There are a lot of alternatives to this. You can do all kinds of things. You can cross them when you put them on your pan, or you can roll them in sugar and then press them down, put a Hershey Kiss on top. You can use the crunchy peanut butter. You can add miniature chocolate chips. I just like to press them into the top. You can do all kinds of stuff. Oh, you can make little sandwiches, like peanut butter sandwiches, bake small cookies and then put icing in the middle or frosting and then put another one on top. I will definitely share more videos, but or more recipes. But I just am doing this simple peanut butter cookie here. Everything is all mixed up. It's very easy. You don't even need a blender. And it is kind of sticky at first. So I'm going to put this in the fridge for about 10 minutes and just let it firm up a little bit. Even if you don't put it in the fridge, it still will firm up. So I'm going to put that in the fridge and I will show you what the dough looks like when it's done, and we could put them on cookie sheets and get them baking. Alright, I totally forgot to put this in the fridge, but I just left it sit out for a little bit and for about 10 minutes. And it did, stiffen up. It's not as sticky anymore. So I am going to be making a little bit bigger cookies. I've been baking all day. Now, I just, just reuse the parchment paper basically. I've been baking cookies, and if you are making gluten-free cookies for somebody who has celiac or is gluten intolerant and they need their food isolated, you would not use the same parchment paper. You need to change it. You can't even bake on the same thing. You can't use the same spatula as anything. So everything has to be washed, and well, the pan wouldn't have to be washed, but the spatula, the bowl, obviously you'd wash the bowl anyways, but everything has to be washed. So I'm not making this for anybody who is gluten-free. I'm just making them because they're just easy cookies to make. So I'm not going to be isolating them, but I just wanted to share that. All I'm doing is just kind of rolling these into balls and then just patting them a little bit from hand to hand so that they're, because they do kind of tend to spread. So I just want to know an idea about how big they're going to spread on the pan. So I'm just doing that. You could, if you were making smaller cookies, I said this earlier, you could just make like a little ball and set it on there and then use a fork and then just press one way and then press another way, and you would have a nice little crisscross in there. But I want some bigger cookies. Two more. Now this batch, I ran out of peanut butter. I would have done a double batch, but this is not going to make that many cookies. Probably a dozen. I'm already almost out. There's 8 right there, so I might have enough for 4 more. I'm going to pop these in the oven, and I'll show you what they turn out like. All right, I baked these at 350 for, I don't know, 8 to 10 minutes. Like the other cookies, check these at, about 8 minutes, because these burn very easily. When they come out, they will be a little bit, just like the other cookies I baked a while ago. They will be a little bit soft, so you need to let them set. These ones I just took out. These ones have been out for about 5 minutes now, so they have pretty much set. I'm going to go ahead and move them to the cooling rack over here. I'm just gonna keep scooping them out. And you don't want to, I just leave them on long enough just so that they can set, so that they are able to be moved. I don't leave them on an extremely long time, I mean on the pan, because they can burn, you know. So if they're a little overcooked, which these ones aren't, thankfully. These cookies are very easy to burn, so be careful. But if these are a little overcooked, you might want to remove them, you know, as soon as possible, because they will continue cooking a little bit. So I'm gonna let them set for a little while. Don't mind my hole there when I'm scraping it off. I cut a hole in it. So that's it. Let me know what you think of the gluten-free peanut butter cookies. All right, enjoy everyone.